Today I will walk you through the email ticketing modules of our product Circle One. When you sign up for a free trial on our website, the system generates 1. Your unique instance, which is the URL that you would be using to log in, that is your business name.blueworld.io, and a support email ID, that is support@yourbusinessname.blueworld.io. You will now get an email on your registered email ID for activation of the account. This is the URL which I was referring to, which is unique to your business. Now we can log in. You are the admin for this portal. As an admin, you have complete access to the application. The Settings tab acts as a control panel to manage all aspects of the application. This is where you would define your customer form, user grouping, ticket workflows, SLA, etc. Assuming your business would have a common email address that is already published to your customers or vendors, you can always set a forwarding from that email address to your newly created support ID. Typically, business would have their email ID published to their clients, for example, support@abc.com or sales@xyz.com. In order to receive these emails in the application, you need to set up a forwarding from your business email ID to support@yourbusinessname.blueworld.io. This email ID from where the customer communication is getting forwarded needs to be identified in the system. Just click on Sources under Email. Here you can enter your email address. The system would trigger a verification email to this ID. This needs to be verified and you can start accessing the emails on the application. Now we can go to User Settings, wherein we can create user fields and user group of an organization. We have the option to define user fields if required and also group the users under various departments or groups. We have the username as the only default field. You can add any additional information about the user by creating new fields. Once user-related information has been configured, you can invite other users by adding their email IDs and assign role to their profiles. The users will receive credentials and the URL to log in on their mails. The users are primarily grouped under 3 roles: agent, manager, and admin. However, there is complete flexibility for the business to give the users a combination of rights as per the business requirements. This is where you map the users to the groups. We can now go back to settings where we can configure the rest of the business processes. Circle One is built to manage both B2B as well as B2C types of business processes. Here we can capture customer related information. Account here refers to organization details. The only default field is business name. You can create the rest of the fields as per the business needs. There is complete flexibility for the business to create different types of fields and the option to make any of them mandatory. Now, the way we built an account, the same way we can create contact form as per the business requirement. Tags are a method of classifying your customers and identifying them. For example, frequent buyer. Disposition helps categorize the interactions. The dispositions can be defined as a multi-level tree. Priority is where we can define the urgency based on our dispositions. So, you clearly can differentiate the critical issues from the regular ones. Business hours. You can set up the business hours to control the allocation and also to manage the SLA. These can be specific working hours or a 24/7 setup. You can also predefine your week offs here. Knowledge management is a ready reckoner for the agents. Agents always require a quick reference for their interactions with the customers. This is where the knowledge articles are published. Articles can be categorized under multiple topics and subtopics. Now we can start with the configurations of email management. Instead of keeping a track of the productivity of each individual team member in real time, you can set up an allocation limit which will take care of their assignment for the day. We can create agent-based as well as department-based allocation limits here. Allocation logic. Allocation logic is where you can allocate the emails on a round robin basis, or it can be based on specific keywords that you would assign to a particular user or user group. Email SLA. Measuring the first response time and resolution time for an email is a critical metric to ensure customer satisfaction. This can be predefined here, and the point of escalation to whom an email will be sent informing the breach of SLA. Resolution SLA. You can define different turnaround time for different types of emails which are prioritized in the system based on their disposition. Templates. There are a lot of emails which are repetitive. To help agents improve their productivity, you can predefine templates for emails. Hence, from this panel, you can add the template as per the requirement. Auto expiry. If any email is resolved from the advisor end, it will be moved to the expiry bucket as per the defined timelines. This helps to control any exceptions in case of delayed responses from the client. Auto response. The system will send an auto response for any email received as per the template defined here. Tickets. Tickets help you to ensure that all customer requests or queries are tracked and you don't lose sight of any of them. Ticket workflow. Solution of customer queries involves a lot of interdependencies between teams. A predefined workflow eases out the task of the agent and the tickets get auto-allocated to the respective user group as per the process flow. The statuses are primarily of three types: active, in progress, closed. Here you are allowed to customize the labels of these statuses. You can also define multiple in progress states. Every update also results in auto allocation to a certain group that is defined here. You can also decide whether these statuses need to be visible to all users or only to users of a particular user group acting on it. Multiple such workflows can be defined here. Ticket allocation limits. This is the same as we have seen in the case of emails. Ticket auto allocation. Tickets are defined by equating a ticket type to the categories of interaction. The categories of interactions are the dispositions that we tag. For example, once we add workflow, we can define on which interaction which ticket should be visible for the user from this auto allocation panel. Ticket SLA. Similar to emails, you can also predefine the allocation limits and a priority-based SLA for ticket resolution. Ticket fields. Similar to contact fields, you can design your ticket form with the fields of your choice as per the requirement of the business process. Themes. You can also customize your application to match your organization's branding. You can edit the colors and logo to speak the same design language. Reports. Downloadable reports can be extracted for all the modules. Now that you have seen the entire configuration, we can look at the application from the user perspective. Customer. This is where you can see the field which we have configured earlier. If you have an existing database of customers, you can upload the list here in the CSV format. You just need to download the template which will have the predefined fields as headers. You can populate the data and upload the same. This is where you will handle your email inbox. The emails are broadly getting classified into 3 buckets: active, work in progress, closed. Any new email in the inbox will be flagged as new. Once you open the email, you can respond to the customer and update the status. You can use the template which we predefined in the configuration. Now, since this customer does not exist in our database, we need to register the customer. Now you can see the customer details here. Going ahead, any communication from this customer will get attached with this contact and will be visible as unified history here. This is where you capture the disposition which we have predefined. This will help you categorize and understand the type of interaction. Since we've configured a ticket for this disposition, we need to capture details of the same. These were the fields we configured earlier as a part of the ticket setup. we can add notes which are for the reference of the internal team. In case you want to update the customer about the ticket, it can be done from here, the external notes, which will go as an email notification to the customer. Status. This is where we can see the status that we had defined while creating the workflows. This status update will take care of the allocation of the ticket based on the workflows defined. This is where the user can see the tickets assigned to him. Here, you can see the time left to resolve the ticket as per the SLA defined. Here again, the user can update the notes and further status of the ticket. KM. This is where the user can access knowledge management articles for their reference. Hope this video helps you set up your process and address your business needs. In case of any clarification or queries, please feel free to reach out to us on support@blueworld.io. Thank you.